Hello, everyone, and welcome to this 33rd episode of 5 Minutes with NY Ike. I am Isaac Sacolick, or NY Ike on Twitter, and in this episode, I'm going to share with you some secrets on creating a sense of urgency with Agile development teams. Let's get started. Now, if you're a subscriber to the 5 Minutes with NY Ike channel here on YouTube, or you read my blog at starcio.com, you know I've been covering two themes. First, on creating force multipliers in digital transformation programs, and then on how to win over detractors who may not understand the goals and the mission in your transformation program. But before you get to either of those two things, you really have to create a sense of urgency, which is essentially aligning the organization that things need to change. And that's what I'm going to cover here in this episode. And in a future episode, I'm going to tell you about the other element, which is using feedback loops to adjust priorities and create pivots. Now, when you think about sense of urgency, please look at this blog post, starcio.com/urgency will get you there. And I share 40 different ways of issues that can prevent you from creating a sense of urgency. And they come in different categories, from leadership to transformation to meetings and collaboration, and how you create an organization that makes smart riskful decisions around culture, around operations, and data and analytics. So different areas that really impact IT teams and the ability to have a sense of urgency. Now, in this episode, I'm going to cover Agile specifically and how to create a sense of urgency with Agile teams. And if you visit my blog and sign up for my newsletter, you're also going to get a copy of 7 steps to create a sense of urgency inside IT. But today, let's focus on Agile and creating a sense of urgency with Agile development teams. So in the blog post, I actually share 5 different inhibitors in creating a sense of urgency. And in this video, I'm going to share 3 of them and some solutions for you. So let's start with the first area, which is where is Agile being practiced in your organization and what you consider a multidisciplinary team. If you are doing Agile software development and your team is only consistent of software developers or maybe testers, then you're really only focused on the delivery aspects of software and not the entire planning and instrumenting change with the software that you're creating. So the very first thing comes from a post I did a few years ago. You can get there to it at starcio.com/agile, not agile. And it really talks about tech teams and ongoing transformation by actually having business stakeholders on your Agile teams. And what does that look like? Sometimes it's marketing, sometimes it's a change manager or a trainer, sometimes it's somebody from sales ops. It really depends on the type of applications that you're doing. But if your teams are only technology teams, it's really hard to create a sense of urgency because you don't have the collaboration with the entire business process and leaders from it. The second thing I want you to think about is around planning or estimating. Many of the Agile teams I know focus on the delivery aspect. What happens when a sprint has a commitment? What happens when you're ready to do a release? And they don't spend enough time thinking about how you fill backlogs, how you do brainstorming, and how you're doing estimating. Now, that's a very big part of the StarCIO Agile planning process. You can get to a white paper on it using the URL that you see, starcio.com/agile-planning. And what you're seeing on the left side is our organizational practices around roadmaps and creating technology standards. And what you're seeing on the right side are our team practices, which include continuous planning and estimation. So please visit that URL and you're going to learn a lot more around planning and estimating that really forms the backbone of creating a sense of urgency. Now, the last area, and probably most important, is making sure that inside your Agile process, you have roles and responsibilities defined. What does a lead mean, or a tech lead? What does it mean to be a product owner? How are you using Scrum Masters? And some organizations have other roles for QA leads, for business analysts, for product managers. I'm showing three of the most common ones here. And if you look back in previous episodes of 5 Minutes with NY Ike here on YouTube, you will find episodes where I cover the role of product managers, the role of tech leads, the role of scrum masters, and even the role of program management. So very important if you're going to create an enlightened set of group that's ready to execute and transform using agile practices, and that's what creates the sense of urgency. If you want to learn more about this, please visit the URL that you see there, starcio.com/agile-planning. Find me on Twitter at NYIke if you have a question, and please subscribe to this YouTube channel, 5 Minutes with NY Ike. Thanks for watching this 33rd episode, and I look forward to seeing you in future ones.